Welcome back to a day in the life retirement on a shoestring YouTube channel. Today is day 2 of hiking the east side of the Shawnee National Forest. Here we go.
Here we go, Bella. You ready?
You ready, Bella?
Let's go.
Let's go. First on our list today is Garden of the Gods Wilderness. We're starting at the Golden Circle Trailhead. Okay, so you could see here on there, you could see the map of the trail. Okay, let's see. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. It's quite a complex set of trails here. I mean, it shows Anvil Rock, Observation Trail, Pharaoh's Campground, which we're going to go drive through. And we're right there. You see where it says, here we are. And it shows the hitching post over here.
What was wrong.
Even High Knob on this map. So this is all talking about the, venomous snakes and ticks and all those things that are on the trail. This time of year, there's none of that to really worry about. It's when you come up in February through probably the end of March, there's usually no ticks, snakes, or anything. And anyway, it says, the Garden of the Gods Wilderness is an indispensable part of American history. With the Illinois Wilderness Act of 1990, Congress designated 7 wilderness areas in Illinois. Garden of the Gods Wilderness at 3,996 acres is headwater country for the Big Grand Prairie and Eagle Creeks, and provides continued protection and restoration of healthy watershed. Stone sculpture, canyons, bluffs, and ridges reveal the forces of nature over time. These geological treasures are part of the landscape that provides opportunities for many types of primitive and unconfined recreation. Step back in time, like wilderness travelers before you on horseback, in a canoe, or on foot, and challenge yourself as you explore the ancient canyons of Garden of the Gods Wilderness. Wilderness was wild land beyond the frontier, land that shaped the growth of our nation and the character of its people. Pack and saddle stock were a dominant and accepted presence in the original wilderness and an integral part of the wilderness movement and a touchstone of our past. Wilderness is rare, wild places where one can retreat from civilization and reconnect with the earth and find healing, meaning, and significance. So again, we're at the Golden Circle Trailhead. As soon as we leave here, we're going to go ahead and drive up through the trailhead, and we'll see some of the natural stone cliffs and things. But if you come out and actually hike this trail, it's really nice. Actually, I've been here and hunted back in the 80s, and I think even once in the 90s for deer. And this place is full of wildlife. We just found this, and my wife Patty, she found this. It says back trail to Knight's Golden Circle and Garden of the Gods. That's one that I hadn't walked. It's very primitive. It's cleared. It's been cut through, but I didn't even see it here before. Just a sign nailed on a tree.
Yeah. It's recording.
Okay. I don't know if you could see that little sign there to the left. Again, it's saying Knight's Golden Circle. This is the main road going back, and Buzzard's Roost. So we're going to drive on back and look at some of the rock formations. And most of them are on the left here, babe.
Oh, okay. Then I
Here,
should drive. And you...
Well, then, if you were driving, that wouldn't help, would it?
I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, sure you can. There they are.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know those.
Yeah, like I said before, I've hunted back here several years, and I've walked a lot of this land back here. It's not extremely difficult, but it can be difficult, especially some of the logging roads even are very difficult, let alone the trails.
There's a little cave right there. Oh, please go to the right, left, or oh.
I shouldn't have came back here.
Show the cave.
I'm trying to.
I guess there's. There you go.
And not too many that you can drive on and see these formations as well as this one. That's why I decided to drive down here. Again, my wife's very afraid of heights, so she's kind of freaking out. We're so close, it's kind of hard to get a
good view.
Yeah, just see rock walls, all we're seeing.
Oh, Bella, it's okay. That's okay. Wow, look down there.
Mm-hmm. That's a walking trail. I'm not sure where that leads. Haven't been down that one. Should have waited to film that till we came out, probably.
Oh, well,
It
we
would
can
have
do
been
it on the way out.
That way we could decide which one's best.
Yeah.
This is where I always, wow, they got the actual gate open. Wow. Wonder what, that's weird. Here, stop this.
Okay, here we go. Let's see how high up they are. There they are. Yeah.
I think I have walked down that way. I think you and I might even walk down that way one
I
time.
don't remember this.
Well, I know you don't.
You can go slower, huh? These are really cool. This is here. You see, there's a gap. It always makes me think of the Ice Age.
Mm-hmm. They claim there was an inland sea here at one time. We're going to read some of the storyboards up actually in the overview of Garden of the Gods.
Whoa, there's a cave right there.
Well, an outcropping. It's probably not much of a cave. It doesn't go that far back in there.
Yeah.
Really nice place to hike back in here. Again, like I said, the going can get rough on some of these trails, but really some beautiful rock formations and wilderness and opportunity to see wildlife.
And we're entering the Garden of the Gods National Forest.
Yeah, where the main scenic overview is. We're going to go walk up the main scenic overview, and we're going to read some of the storyboards so that you can know a little bit more about Garden of the Gods overview. I've seen a lot of videos of Garden of the Gods, but I haven't seen very much, of the storyboards actually being written. It is quite the overview, probably one of the most beautiful in southern Illinois.
I'll have to make sure.
You started to say something. What did you start to say?
Yeah.
You got to finish your sentences. Scenic views of the bluffs and rock formations coming into Garden of the Gods.
There's another little
Yeah,
Bigfoot cave.
yeah, outcropping of the rocks. Yeah. Wow. I tell you, they are just hundreds and hundreds of these rock formations and bluffs, and there's a real beauty to it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to turn left here and go out to Indian Point. I'm just not going to really get out or anything, but this is the parking area for this particular trail, Indian Point. If you look straight ahead, you'll see the path here. And there are some really well marked out trails. There's another one. That's River to River Trail. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's always been one of my dreams to do that. I'm not sure I'm going to get it done at 70. Might try it. If I do, we'll definitely video it.
Here's the Garden of the Gods Wilderness Trail.
Yeah, this is Indian Point.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Another good walking trail. You can check all these out online. All these different trailheads, but we just wanted to kind of give you a preview because Patty and I are planning on walking a lot of these trails. We might do a couple in a day, according to their length. Not going to try the river to river in a day. That might take a week.
Yeah, Bob has big plans for me to get in shape.
I can see that. You can walk up along the bluffs.
Look
they
there,
got some stairs there.
See that there?
Yeah.
Short trail. Look at that.
That was Indian Point.
Blur. Oh, where's that?
Patty and I live in the big city of Stone Fort. We've mentioned that before, which is probably about 20-30 minutes from here.
Yeah, I always say Garden of the Gods is our backyard.
Yep. Gateway to the Shawnee National Forest, as it's known.
Yeah.
Stone Fort, the little town's kind of on the edge of the Shawnee Forest as well. No way we can videotape and give justice to this. It's really worth your time to make the trip. We're gonna take a little walk here. We're gonna ride around. We're gonna go over to Observation Point Trail. We're not gonna walk the entire trail, but we're gonna video the overview. Read a little of the information on the storyboards for you. This is really beautiful in the summer, but it definitely has its own beauty this time of year too. You can see a lot more of the rock formations now when the leaves are not on the trees. 55 degrees today, the 16th of February, 2026. So we're going to go ahead and park and get out and walk up to the trailhead. Here we are at the head of the observation trail. The observation trail is a 1/4 mile long and will take about 45 minutes to walk. We probably won't walk the whole thing. Watch your footing and use caution near steep bluffs. The trail becomes slippery when wet, and it's usually wet in the morning or definitely after a rain. So right here it says, trended through time. Nature has natured this land. Nature has nurtured this land for millions of years to give us the unique geographic garden. Discover what was once the shore of an ancient sea and how sandstone formations were created. And they show 320 million years ago. What happened next? You'll find the answer along the observation trail as you pass through this garden. Let nature continue to be dominant force of change. Garden of the Gods Recreation Area. Welcome to one of the most spectacular places in the Shawnee National Forest. No, that's very true. Here we go, walking up the 1/4 mile trail to the observation area.
Is this where we brought the kids that time that Nicholas about fell off the cliff?
Yeah, but it was over at the camping and picnic area. We'll drive through there before we leave. As you can see, I mean, this place really has some unique rock formations. You can see why they say this used to be an ancient sea. It certainly looks like water over time carved this out.
Come on.
Definitely water carved it out. How much time? I think they're guessing at 320 million years, but that's my opinion, or whatever that's worth. Excuse me. I'm going to walk up to this overlook here. For all you people that thought Southern Illinois was a plain, it's just obviously that's not true in this area. You people across the nation that's never visited Southern Illinois, if you look on a map, we're probably about 30, 40 minutes from Paducah, Kentucky, and probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Evansville, Indiana on the map. So if you're traveling through Interstate 57 or 64, 24, any of those interstates,
45.
Very well worth your time to come to Garden of the Gods. We're going to go to the main overview and read some of the storyboards. Watch your footing. I know Bella pulls.
She does.
We need to send her to obedience school. She's a
Yeah.
very intelligent dog, but very independent as well. And that's probably because we spoiled her.
Did you get these rock formations back here? I'm sure you did, didn't you?
I did, yes. There's a really nice view of what they call Camel Rock. It's very famous on a lot of the signs and advertisements for the Shawnee National Forest. Now I can't. Remnants of an ancient sea. Are your feet wet? They would have been 320 million years ago when a shallow sea covered this area. Great rivers deposited layers of sand and mud along the seashore as the region was slowly sinking. As these materials built up, the heat and pressure of burial turned the sand and mud into stone. Eventually, the land began to rise and the sea retreated southward, leaving the stone exposed. What you see today is the result of millions of years of nature's weathering forces. Imagine the changes that will occur in another million years. Again, that's a beautiful look of the overview here from Camel Rock. Amazing.
That one's way easier than the other one. You're going down. Like, all the way back is way easier than all the way there.
Stand right here and see. Really good.
Getting ready to head out of here, but we're going to drive through the picnic area and the campsite on the way out. Again, this is another one that doesn't have any electric or water, but still a beautiful place to spend a couple of days hiking. If you dry camp, or right up on the right here is the picnic ground. Really nice. This is where Patty was talking earlier that us and our two kids were here years ago picnicking, two of our children, and the youngest, Nicholas, decided he was going to run and he almost fell off the bluff. I kind of caught him by his collar. So if you have your children here and you're camping, you want to make sure you keep it in control. There's been a lot of people, I don't know about a lot, but there's been people here that's fell off of these bluffs and died. So again, it's a beautiful area, but you need to take safety into account first, okay?
This is all the
Yeah, this is the camp registration area.
yeah, all the information that you
Yeah,
can
$10 camping fee.
Caution, high bluffs.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
And there's the hand pump for water. They just
Here's a
don't have
campsite.
spigots everywhere. That's one of the campsites. Really beautiful here. I'm sure at night, if you're camping here, you know, the stars are out, you could really catch, you know, some of the lights and things over that overlook, that scenic overlook there to your right.
Try that.
Somebody camping up here on the right, tent camping. If you didn't know better, you'd think you were in the Great Smoky Mountains or Ozarks. Southern Illinois is like an area unto itself. Everything from 64 south is completely different than the rest of the state. Okay, that's about it for Garden of the Gods. We're going to drive down now, and we're going to, if they're open, we're going to stop by the little restaurant and store.
There's Bob and Bella with Bigfoot. Bigfoot Country.
Yep. If you want to look on YouTube, you'll find out there's a lot of reported Bigfoot sighting in all of Southern Illinois. I'm sure even upstate too as well. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube about Peoria area. Welcome to Garden of the Gods Outpost. We have hot dogs, hamburgers, and lots of Shawnee National Forest merch. Look at here, even got an old telephone booth like Superman.
Yeah.
And it actually works too. This is right across the street from the Bigfoot statue.
Here's Boo.
Right there is Camel Rock Bed and Breakfast too.
It's a cabin.
It's
that
a bed.
They rent out. Oh yeah.
I think they're all
Airbnb.
Airbnb, right. See, it says gifts and more.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Some of the advertisements for some of the Airbnb outposts and cabins. Here's their menu. And we've ate here a time or two, and it's pretty good for fast food.
You can connect with
and
them.
Not too expensive. There's an old wood burning stove, crosscut saw. See some of, it's just a really cool place. Souvenirs, ice cream. Garden of the Gods Outpost. Let's go in and see what they have to offer. Hello. This is the inside. They have t-shirts, all kinds of merch. As you can see, Bigfoot is big in this area. Need a walking stick?
Thank you.
Have an ATM if you need cash. Really a cool place. Don't want to miss these two little statues of Bigfoot on the way out. We just wanted to video a little bit of the road so you could see some of these really beautiful loblolly pine trees. Obviously, they weren't native to Illinois, but they planted them here after they did a lot of the clean cuts of the oak and different things. And we still have a lot of oak, but they're none of them old growth. They pretty much harvested all the old growth oak trees and hardwoods from southern Illinois. We used to have a ton of cypress and all kinds of wood, but over the years they've been logged out, and they're regrowing some of them, but it takes some of those trees hundreds of years to get to that size of old. Next on our list is Rimrock Trail and Picnic Area. Okay, this place is really a beautiful area just to have a picnic, but there's a lot of connected hiking trails down here, and we went down to Pounds Hollow State Park, but they're closed from November 31st till March 31st. So we wanted to drive through, but we weren't able to do so. So we're going to drive down here to Rimrock, and we're going to check out the head of this trailhead, and then we'll head on out. You can see what they call Indian Wall down through there. We're not going to walk down there today, but we're going to walk down to this and read some of these about the trails and about the big stone fort that's here.
See the Bella?
There's our baby Belle.
There's the baby Belle being the boss.
Got to send her to obedience school.
That's right. She needs to go to obedience school. But she does good when you...
She does. I have to get on to her sometimes.
Look at that.
Come over here, hon, and we'll look at this, read the storyboard for them. Mm-hmm. Rimrock National Recreation Trail. Says, study the map and know your route, because don't get off the regular trails. I mean, some do, and if you're an experienced woodsman, that might be good. But if you're not, you should stay to the main trails. Rimrock Trail is a loop trail that leads to the top of the bluffs and takes about an hour to hike. Midway down the trail, you can opt to take stairs and stone steps down to the canyon and Oxlot Cave. Patty and I have been down there and walked all this. This, again, connects to Pounds Hollow. as well, okay? Rocks are slippery. We keep reminding you that. It says stay back from edges of cliffs. Parents, watch your children, okay? Safety always should rule here. All these Pounds Hollow and Rim Rock and Garden of the Gods are all found along Carver Ridge Road, okay? You can get on Carver's Ridge Road. Stepping stones through time. To early settlers, this information was known as the Pounds, and that's why we have Pounds Hollow just up the trail. An old English term meaning some sort of enclosure, and that's the stone forts that are found not just here, but all over southern Illinois, and we will probably be doing a video on those upcoming, just on the stone forts themselves. So it says, throughout time, this natural escarpment and the lush valley below attracted human settlement. For prehistoric Indians, or Native Americans, prehistoric meaning pre-Columbian, before Columbus, these rock formations provided protection from their neighbors, while the lush valley offered plenty of sources of food and water. After the removal of the Native Americans in the 1830s, the last of them, they marched out in a trail of tears all the way out to Oklahoma. So sad. American settlers spread into the interior wilderness. The forest provided an abundant source of wild game, nuts, acorns, and large trees to build log cabins and warm the cold nights. Can't read. By the late 1890s, the Pounds Hollow area was purchased by Eastern Land Companies as part of a thriving logging enterprise. And that's why a lot of the old growth oak trees are gone. After which the land was sold to farmers by the late 1920s. Logging and farming created an unproductive landscape. Now, like I said, they replanted it with trees. In 1936, the Shawnee National Forest acquired this land in an effort to restore the soil and the forest. Today, recreationists enjoy the restored natural beauty of this area, and scientists study its unique features.
Yeah.
Again, 5 eco zones come together in this area. There's one more storyboard up here, or there used to be, that told a little more about that stone fort. If you look up there at the top of our view, there used to be a rock wall that went all the way around in a horseshoe right up against the edge of that sharp decline of the bluffs back in the back. We'll come here and do a hike one day, and we'll cover all of this. But they say that it was pre-Columbian Native Americans. But there's a lot more to the story. And when we come hike this, we're going to talk about that story. And over time, we want to visit all those stone forts that we can get to, because some of them have no way to access them. I believe the storyboard is right up here. What's that right there? It says this trail was developed for your enjoyment.
Rim Rock,
though contributions from the Illinois Federation of Women's Clubs, it is the first cooperative forest trail established on a national forest by a women's club, Shawnee National Forest. Here's that storyboard. My wife's walking up, she's taking her time. I'm gonna go ahead and read this storyboard while she's on her way. It says ancient stone wall. And again, in southern Illinois, they're famous, but they're all throughout all the eastern part of Illinois. It's not just in southern Illinois. It says, look in front of you. That's talking about up to the top here. My wife's looking at video and the steps.
I'm
Up here
coming.
to the top where you see these limestone rocks that are kind of been knocked down the hill, okay? That's in front of you they're talking about. Can you find the crumbles remains of an ancient stone wall built by prehistoric Native Americans, known as the late woodland culture? These Native Americans built the wall about 1,500 years ago. The stone wall is almost 150 feet long and was strategically located to block the only accessible route to the top of the bluff. Historic accounts from early travelers reported that the wall may have been as high as 6 feet tall. Imagine what effort it took the late woodland Native Americans to carry these stones from the creek bed far below at the base of the bluffs. Building the stone wall must have been important to them. Archaeologists continue to search for answers that will uncover the story behind this ancient stone wall. So they've got dates from 300 BC through 900 BC, 1740, 1855 European settlements. So the woodland Native Americans were there sometime between, according to their calculations, 300 BC to 900 AD. Okay. And then from the 1740, short-term settlements of the Shawnee tribe were here. From 1855, European settlers started moving in, and in 1936, state purchased the Shawnee National Forest. In 1980, Rimrock Trail designated a national recreation trail, and 2005, Forest Service Centennial. Again, these are stairways to the top of what used to be where all these rocks you see used to be piled together in a big U shape that protected whoever was here from attack. And the only thing, the other side was a steep bluff. And one day we'll walk this and you'll get a better picture of what we're
I
talking
didn't know
about.
if you were going to go up there or what.
No, I'm not going to go up there. We got a lot of other places to cover yet today.
Yeah, okay. Let me get turned around.
Okay, we just wanted to mention that if you want to come and spend a weekend in this area, I mean, there's a lot to see at Pounds Hollow and Rim Rock and Garden of the Gods and Iron Furnace. There's just a lot to see in this area. I would highly recommend Rim Rock's Dogwood Cabins. They're right here, right off the edge of Rim Rock. There's actually one right next to it, right across the street here. And Patty's going to continue to record for just a little bit. We'll go by some of their other cabins. Abe, it's an Airbnb. You could see some of them, but not all of them. That whole area is owned by those people. And just a little farther up, I think here there's another cabin, real rustic. I think this one up here is the last cabin. There's one of them right there. You see it? Real rustic. But they take real good care of their stuff and they're really nice on the inside. Next on our list is High Knob. This is High Knob Campground, a well-known equestrian camp in this area. We're going to drive up, but it's a great overview or scenic view, and I just couldn't come through here without getting a video of the overview at High Knob.
There, slow down.
See, all the people got permanent camp spots here. These are the people that bring their horses from all over. This is the little road up to High Knob overview. Again, it's state owned. It's got a nice little picnic area up here and a great scenic overview. We're getting out.
Just let me.
Is that a trail?
Yeah, it says hiker only. 105 junction 105A.
That could be part of the river to river trail.
Looks like there's a
Hmm?
either an animal trail, probably animal trail.
Look at all those pine trees there to the right. Wow. Just so beautiful. You'd think you were in the foothills of the Smokies.
Yeah. There's some little cliffs down there,
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, that's beautiful. Let's
Look at that. Let's see if I can bring that in. There's the picnic area.
Yep. I guess there used to be a fire tower here. They've taken down all the fire towers. There's actually another one that's left, but they took the actual top of the tower off. It says fires on the forest because of lightning strikes, field clearing practices, and sparks from passing trains. Forest fires were common in southern Illinois. Soon passing trains, forest fires were common in, well, I've lived here all my life and I don't know of one, so must have been back in the 30s or the 20s after they clear cut everything.
Or before they clear cut
I know
everything.
wildfire, they do have a lot of field fires or wildfires. It's got a big map of all of southern Illinois right there. It says there was at the top here, it said fire crew returning right here, a fire crew returning from fighting a fire in 1936.
Over there, there's
On
the
the right,
actual
citing a
iron
fire
furnace.
using an Osborne
Really pretty,
fire
isn't it?
finder in 1938.
That was actually rebuilt. That's not the original.
Let's head on out to our
Another
next
shot of the
destination.
Pavilion.
Iron furnace.
And this is the storyboards. Patty's going to read the storyboards for us here in just a second. She's just videoing it a little bit first. This is right here is the fueling the furnace. She's going to start reading on that. And then she'll read the other rest of the storyboard. This used to be a really thriving community here. Just really awesome. Another little view of the iron furnace. Let her reading tell you when they restored the iron furnace. This used to be a really bustling community back here while they were doing that.
Fueling the furnace. Can you see that? Fueling the furnace for 6 to 9 months a year. The iron furnace was in blast. These quiet hills came alive with the sounds of axes and picks, horses and wagons, and the shouts of hard-working men 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every hour, fillers hauled 74 bushels of charcoal, 500 pounds of limestone, and 1,500 pounds of iron ore across the bridge and into the furnace. The furnace yielded 9 tons of pig iron every 24 hours. Daily pay, iron ore was delivered for $1.75 per ton. Charcoal suppliers were paid 4 cents per bushel. A blast furnace requires large quantities of local harvest raw materials, charcoal, limestone, and iron ore, like spokes of a wheel, roads and trails across the hills and the creeks, all leading to this site of the iron furnace village. Colliers burned huge piles of timber into coal. Lumberjacks felled trees for charcoal markings. You can see Martha's furnace there, and then laboratories carved limestone from nearby bluffs. Quarrymen mined iron ore. Moore's Hill, Jack Moore's iron mine, Elizabethtown, and then we have Illinois furnace. And you can see where Goose Creek, Big Creek, Hog, Thief Creek all come together. Teamsters hauled iron ore, limestone, and charcoal over barely passable roads to the furnace and pig iron back to the market. It's amazing, isn't it? Before you stands the only remaining iron furnace in the entire state of Illinois. This priceless historic edifice became part of the Shawnee National Forest in 1950. Outstanding in its field, built 1837, the Illinois iron furnace was one of the only 2 iron furnaces in the Shawnee Hills of southern Illinois. Using charcoal blast method, it produced high-quality iron that commanded the highest market price. This is what they make a lot of our bridges out of, isn't it? This iron?
Well, they did back in the day. I don't think there's more refined iron and steel today than there was back in the 1830s.
Although the starts and stops, although there was an urgent need for iron during the Civil War, the lack of men to work the furnace forced it to close in 1861. It came to life again in 1872, though was used only sporadically. The end of an era. Operation of the furnace became unprofitable as iron production techniques advanced and richer ore fields were discovered in the Great Lakes region. The last furnace fires flicked and died in 1883. And they rebuilt and enlarged this furnace in 1856, and it reaches 32 feet high. Protecting the past for the future. Our nation's historic sites are protected by Antiquities Act of 1906. In 1973, the iron furnace was also placed on the National Registry of Historic Places. Preserving our historic sites is crucial for learning from the past. We ensure for a better future. Revitalized once more. The structure you see before you is a reconstruction built in 1967. It is solid filled with rubble and concrete. The original furnace was only partially dismantled in the 1930s to supply rock for the embankments of the Hog Thief Creek Bridge. The community comes alive. Imagine this peaceful site buzzed with activity. It took about 40 men to keep the furnace in blast, and many more to support the workers and their families, creating the furnace community. At the break of day, the village sprang into life with the hustle and bustle of farmlands heading to the fields, laborers setting off toward the hills, and children walking to school, women washing laundry, our favorite thing to do. The general store, hotel, and post office hummed with activity. At the furnace, thick smoke and billowed out from the furnace stack. Laborers headed in while others trudged home. Having worked through the night, founders and keepers directed, fillers, and molders. Carpenters, blacksmiths, and engineers kept equipment running. Overseeing all was the owner of the iron master, Mr. Chandlin Guard. At the heart, all the while, the ceaseless water wheel powered the large bellows up and down, driving the furnace fire hotter and hotter. The community moved to the rhythm of the billows and roar of the fire, heard day and night, the heartbeat of this lively little town. The community was relatively self sufficient. Company owned farms grew grain and fodder for the hogs and cattle. Garden plots provided fresh vegetables. Women did weaving and spinning and made soap and candles.
That's the great iron furnace. It's again reconstructed, but this was quite a sight back in the 1830s. Had a nice picnic area. They also have bathrooms. Nice place to visit, very historic. I recommend stopping by if you have time. This is a diagram of the actual iron furnace. Shows the loading hole into which layers of ore, limestone, then charcoal were poured to charge the furnace. And it says stack, approximately 6 feet in diameter. The wooden loading bridge, and you can see that there's a building adjacent that's not there anymore. And you can see down in there, you know, the process loading in first the ore, and then limestone, and then charcoal, and then the fire was at the bottom. So you see the eastern shed, billows. Very interesting process. If you come to Southern Illinois and Dixon Springs, especially State Park, you just can't miss a stop at the famous chocolate factory. They have chocolate and ice cream, and really, they're just a really popular spot, destination here in Southern Illinois. So don't miss it, okay? Sweet treats that can't be beat. So really good. And we're gonna pop in for a minute and pop right back out. Get the opportunity to drop in the chocolate factory, do it. Here's some of their product. Something you don't see nowadays, bulletin boards. Caramel candy, popcorn, very good. Chocolate caramel. A fish.
The big fish. There you go.
One that got away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Hulk, I believe, there.
Yeah.
Even got jellies. Patty's favorite thing, cups. Not for 25 bucks, so. You can see they have ice cream. And back there is where they make all the chocolate, and they make a lot. They sell online too. I'll put their web address in the description below. Next on our stop is Dixon Springs State Park. Again, a very nice state park that we like, and they have good hiking here too. Now, it says dangerous areas exist within the park. Use extreme caution. Just like everywhere else in Shawnee, there's a lot of bluffs and things that people fall from. So use caution when walking on these trails. We're going to go down to the main trailhead here first. Okay.
It's where the swimming pool, picnic areas, and the site office is down here.
Exactly. The swimming pool's not all open this time of year, obviously. But some years it's open and some years it's not. Now, here's the front of the swimming pool area. You can't really see the swimming pool from this side, but you'll be able to at least see the front of it. There's a few picnic tables there on the right side. There's a picnic table there. Right there's the head of the main trailhead. And I tell you, it's really gorgeous, especially in autumn. We're going to turn around and we're going to go head back up to the main road again. Yeah, the reason why the pool's not open every year is because it is leased out to different people, and you know, sometimes people just get tired of, I guess, running the pool, and also it might not be profitable to them. I have no idea really, but I do know I've seen several years when the pool area wasn't open. Now we're going to head down, and we're going to first turn and go into the tent camping area. You see right there on the sign it says tent camping to our right. We'll also be able to see some of the shelters from here. There used to be 3 churches here. They've tore 2 of them down. They were in bad repair. I'm going to make a circle here just so you can see. And if you look straight down next to the church there, you'll see the cook's shack. Okay, so if you rent the cabins, I think that is rentable, or it might be part of the deal. If you rent this right here, it's called the Dixon Springs State Park dining hall and kitchen. And obviously there's a meeting area in there as well. So we're going to go down now. We're going to turn around at the tent camping area. You can see the sign here. It says the cook's cabin there to the left. These things are very nice and well taken care of, and very affordable as well.
Bella's wanting to get out and play.
Yeah, my dog's wanting to get out and play, and we really don't have time to do that. We're, you know, working towards the end of the video, and we're trying to make sure we don't leave anything out. So we're going to see right here. You're going to see this is the Dixon Springs tent camping, and obviously they can be reserved. Okay. Very nice. Me and Patty has camped there a lot back in the days before I decided I can't sleep on the ground anymore. That's when we bought our small 18-foot travel trailer. And I'm going to kind of make sure we get around there enough so you can see there's a pavilion there. Really nice. There's bathrooms right there. So, and this place is really well kept. If we would turn right here, we would be leaving the park. This is another exit and entrance into the park. We're going to go back to the left, and now we're going to go down to the lower part of Dixon Springs. We're going to see why it's called Dixon Springs. Okay, Dixon Springs at one time was famous for its mineral springs. They even had a hotel across the Highway 146 that we came into to Dixon Springs on years ago. They even bottled and sold the water. Trying to go the wrong way here. They tried to bottled and sold the water. I'm pretty sure they had mineral baths here as well. They claimed it had healing powers, the water. Now they still have the wells, and we're going to go down and see them, are the places that people would collect the water. And most of them are sealed now, but we're going to see that there is still spring water here in this creek. People still come and collect it. I want to make this loop here because I want you to see the pool. There's a set of bathrooms. And to our left here, we'll see it when we get ready to come out, is a children's playground. And again, you don't have to worry about your children too much unless you let them climbing on the rocks, obviously. But as far as drowning or anything, the creek is not very deep, and the swimming pool does have a lifeguard. Okay, see all the nice rock formations there on your right? And yeah, I guess if you let your children climb on that, it might be dangerous, even for us if we're not careful. Patty and I have climbed them. Now we're going to go down by the mineral springs. There's a waterfall here too. We're going to see if it's running today. There's one. If you're looking straight ahead here, you're soon going to see where one of the areas was that they used to get water from. It's sealed
that
now.
That right there was a spring.
Yeah, there's a spring right here though that feeds this creek, and you can see how crystal clear the water is. We're going to get out here just a second, and I want you so we can get a good shot at the waterfall. You might have saw it a little bit when we pulled in. There's the waterfall. It's running pretty good today. Sometimes right after a rain, it's really running good. But if you look there at that pool, you'll see that water looks kind of green. That's not because it's dirty. That's just because it's spring water. And again, that's spring fed. This is a really beautiful bluff here. My wife suggested that we kind of give you a shot of that, and you can get a shot get closer to this creek, and you can see how clear the water is here. And kids love to play in it. They say no swimming, but I see people wading in here all the time. Obviously not deep enough to swim. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get back in. Now we're going to head back up, and we're going to drive through the RV campground. And we might even drive through the little...
this is a one-way road, and we got somebody coming towards us.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
He's just out, looks like he's out checking to make sure there's nobody getting...
I think he's just sightseeing. That's all I thought. Just like us, he's kind of sightseeing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Shout out to Sightseeing Sally. We like to watch her channel. And you guys, we recommend her too as well. Also, RVer TV. So now we're going to head back up the hill. Patty and I, we like camping here. We've camped here several times. There's the utility shed there where all the workers gather. As you can see here, this is a Class BE campground. And what that means is, you know, they do have water and they have electricity. And it's the same price as all the other Illinois state parks for the facilities that are available. They have handicapped camping, and they don't have water on every site, but they do have water. And, you know, they have bathrooms obviously available.
They don't have a shower house, though.
They don't have a shower house. The only time you can get a shower out here is you can pay to get a shower if the pool's open, because they have showers over there. But again, there's some years when they don't have showers. I mean, they don't have, the swimming pool's not open.
Right. But you can also, I think, can you go down to Glendale Lake and pay to have a shower there?
I don't think you can. I'm not sure. Not positive. You could probably sneak in there and do it, but I don't know if that's right. Patty and I camp here sometimes right in this area, like 25. And I think we've also camped
Down here.
down here.
Yeah.
I believe it was either 35 or the next one. I think it was 35.
Yeah, the little trees have grown up since we
Yeah.
camped here last. There's a squirrel running across the ground with a nut in his mouth.
Yeah. And if you look up here, you're going to see there's a box.
Right.
One of them is a recycling bin. But also right there, there's one that says firewood is for registered campers only. This is the only state park that I'm aware of in Illinois that has free campfire wood. And the reason why they're able to do that is because we have a juvenile boot camp. Next on our list is Lake Glendale, right next to the little settlement of Glendale, Illinois. Lake Glendale Federal Campgrounds. As you can see, right up to the right here is Lake Glendale Recreational Area. Patty and I have tent camped here years ago, but we haven't camped here in a long time. But it's a very nice park, and it's got a good lake for fishing. And
Last time we camped here, it was with our friends,
yeah,
and the kids were little.
yeah, it was a long time ago, and one of our friends ended up catching pneumonia.
Camping in May.
Yeah, it was
camping.
Memorial Day weekend, and it dropped down below freezing while we were camping Memorial Day weekend. I can't remember what year that was. Okay, we're not going to, there's a beach up here, but it's closed this time of year, and you can't get in there. So also there's a really nice picnic area up here right to the left that even has a fireplace in the pavilion, but it's also closed right now. So we're not going to be turning in there. But I would let you know they do. This is the boat ramp. I think I will turn in the boat ramp real quick. They have a really nice boat ramp, and you'll get a good, nice view of the lake, and that's probably the only real view we're going to get of the lake today. I see a fisherman down here on our right. Sorry about the rocky thing. The road's rough here. See some guy up there, he's fishing, probably bass fishing along the bank, casting. I think you could see him there in the video to the right. And I'll show you the boat ramp real quick because a lot of boat ramps in Southern Illinois got really steep, but this one's not bad at all. As you can see, if you're on your video cam there, that's not bad at all on getting in and out of this boat ramp here. And if you look across the lake, you could see the beach area over there and the beach house. See if she can zoom in a little bit for you. There it is. Okay, there's the beach house and there's this beach there. They do charge for swimming there, but they have also a place to shower there after you swim. And I think they have a concession stand. Again, it's one of those deals where they lease it out. So it might not be open every year, but it's been open every year that I've been out here. We're going to get a better shot now of these fishermen right here, I think. There they come. Well, they're trees right in the way. They're fishing right over there. Like two of them, husband and wife. Two boats out today. Okay, and there's two people in here fishing. Two boats in, probably more than two people. Okay, having a little technical problem with our camera. Again, apologize for if it's a little rocky. The road is really rough right here. They need to pave this, repave it. But as we know, they've cut way back on funding for the federal parks. Main road's nice. This is really a beautiful place. You see all the, again, loblolly pines that they planted here back in the 30s, maybe early 40s, right after they mostly had clear cut this land since the late 1800s. And it's been reclaimed over time. We're going to stop and read the entrance stone back there on the way out. Monument, whatever you want to call it. This is the road that leads to the campground to our left here. I'm not campground, I'm sorry, picnic area that's closed. And I'm not sure for repairs or what, but again, they have a really nice fireplace, stone fireplace in the pavilion. We've been down here before when they had a fire going in there. Just beautiful, really back here though. And next up on our left is the campgrounds. We're gonna not get out or anything, but we're gonna drive through and show you the facilities. It's called Oak Point Campground. It says stop and register, but we're not going to register because we're not staying. I don't even think the host is here right now. Straight ahead here are the electric sites.
This was the original electric sites.
There used to just be a loop here. I don't remember exactly how many they were, but they've increased the electric sites now to 36. And you could never get a camp spot here with electric, and they are higher because I believe it's a leased campground again. And the state, the federal government charges their fee, and then the camp host, the people that run the camp, charge a fee as well. But they've added all these electric sites over here. These weren't here a few years back. On to our right.
Another view of the lake there.
There's another view of the lake through the trees. It's a beautiful lake. We haven't fished it enough to tell you exactly how good the fishing is here. We have fished some, but we love Glen O. Jones Lake, like you saw on day one. So we have a hard time going anywhere else because we fish there so much.
But I think this year we're going to try this.
Yeah, we are.
Here.
We're going to camp and
Go hiking.
go hiking, and we'll videotape that for you, and hopefully we'll catch some fish, and you'll get to see us doing our bluegill fishing, because that's what we just love, the bluegill fish.
And I was reading in the brochure that they have boat rentals here, like the kayaks and canoes.
We might rent the kayaks when we're here, and because my wife's trying to figure out if she likes kayaks. And we might buy us some kayaks. That might be in a lot of future videos, but we want to try it out, see if
I can handle it.
because she's kind of afraid of boat and water, even though she used to live on what was the name of that lake, honey?
Lake Powell.
Lake Powell, okay, in Utah.
Yeah.
At a place called Bullfrog.
Yeah.
And she spent a lot of time on water skiing. Wouldn't know it now.
Yeah. Here's the shower house on the right.
Yeah. There's the I might just turn slightly to it so they can see it.
Yeah, this is
There it is. This is pretty new, the shower house, and it's really nice. I mean, I say pretty new within the last 10 years.
And the shower house is free to shower there for the people that are camping at Oak Point, where we just came out of the electric. Now, if you're a tent camper, it's $5 per shower. So, and they have it blocked off down here.
So we're not
going to go down
we
there.
can't go into the tent camping. I don't know why they got it blocked off, but they do.
Yeah. So
they might be doing some maintenance work back there or something. It's hard to say.
I think they open up April 1st. The tent camping does.
That's weird. They would have the electric open and not that, but
well, maybe they don't want anybody to freeze to death.
I don't know if the shower's open.
That's probably.
I doubt whether you're going to freeze to death in Southern Illinois. I know people at winter camp below zero outside. Not me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on our way back out, and I know they do sell firewood in here.
They sell firewood. They sell ice
nice.
Here, and then there's the camping fees. I don't know.
The tent fees are $12 now.
Yeah, and the electric is 25 for a single, 48 for a double, and then the camp host has I don't know if they actually have a fee or a donation, or if they work off donations, because
I don't know about that. I think it's actually built in. They're high here compared to the federal parks that we camp at. Anyway, I don't know for sure how that works, but we'll find out, because we're going to bring our RV up here and camp at least overnight. There was used to be, been closed for 15 years probably. There used to be another shelter further down if you would have just kept going down this road in the opposite direction. We're going to turn in here, and we're just going to read a little history. It's like a storyboard, but it's a lot more of a monument, rock monument. So we're going to get out here just a minute, or I am. I don't know if Patty is. Lake Glendale Forest Plantation. This site is in recognition of the contribution towards the restoration of the Shawnee National Forest. It needed to be restored after they clear-cut this area and sold all the timber off. Representing cooperation since 1934. GFWC, Illinois Federation of Women's Clubs, and the Shawnee National Forest. Yes, I believe Shawnee National Forest, again, is the only forest in the national forest in the United States that's co-sponsored, again, by the Illinois Federation of Women's Club to help maintain and restore. So Now we're going to go ahead and get back in. Now we're going to work our way back out of the park. I recommend a visit if you're ever in this part of Southern Illinois. And again, we're not far from Paducah, Kentucky, or Carbondale, or Marion, or even Cape Girardeau, Missouri here. Probably a couple hours from Evansville, Indiana. Next on our list is Millstone Bluff Archaeological Area. And that's a beautiful hike, and we're just going to drive through. Again, we're not going to hike the trail today, but we definitely will be hiking that trail, and we'll be doing an individual video. Might not be individual, might be that and one more. Up on our right, we're just getting ready to head into the Millstone Bluff Archaeological Area. This will be the last on our
Journey today.
hiking the east side of the Shawnee National Forest. I'm sure that we didn't go to every trailhead, but this is most of them that I know where they are anyway. And again, there's some publications out there that have them, but they're few and far between to tell you where every trailhead is in Southern Illinois. Yeah, up here is the parking area, and that's as far as we're going to go today. Matter of fact, it's clouding up, looks like it's going to rain. And right over here, they got bathrooms. Right here, we'll see them when we turn around. Okay, but here's the trailhead. Okay.
There's one that way.
Yeah.
There's one that way.
Yeah. And I've only went the one to the right. But when we come to hike this, we'll do both. And you can see there's bluffs here, and that's why they call it Millstone Bluff. And the area that trail to the right goes to, it goes up, and there's petroglyphs. There's a whole bunch of storyboards, and when we walk it, we'll take the time to read all the storyboards. And it's just really good. And the petroglyphs are nice too. I'm going to kind of let you see they got a nice bathroom here. There you go. Then we're going to head out. Again, that's the end of hiking the east side of the Shawnee National Forest. Thanks to all of you that stayed in the video till the very end.
Oh.
That's the end of our hiking the east side of the Shawnee National Forest. Next week, we're going to be doing hiking the west side of Shawnee National Forest. We're going to be starting in Trail of Tears Park, which a lot of people aren't familiar with. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And we hope that you watch this video all the way through and that you would subscribe. And again, we pray that you would share it with all your friends. And don't forget to give it a like or a thumbs up on YouTube. And then also share it to your social media page. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified of our next video. Again, we're looking forward to doing a lot of action videos over this summer and really from here on out. So thanks again. We'll see you on the next video.
And we really did have a good time making this video.
We did.
So.